Community leaders want more Hispanic and Latino voices at the table in the place that holds power.
This is about Latinos being a growing part of Colorado.
Mike Cortez is the executive director of the Latino nonprofit Claro. He wants the state's second largest ethnic group to have their fair share of representation during this next round of redistricting. It happens every 10 years based on new census data and could change the state's balance of political power.
We've been growing quickly, and our voting maps need to be sensitive to that.
These are only the preliminary congressional and legislative maps drawn by the Colorado Independent Redistricting Commission.
Just didn't recognize many different Latino communities of interest around the state. And the other is, if you look at the way those communities are divided, the way the lines are drawn, it reduces our voting power.
The state's maps create 12 House seats with 30% or more Latino population and 7 Senate districts. Claro submitted their own redistricting suggestions, and their map created 16 House seats that are 30% or more Latino.
Same thing happened in the Senate. When we moved the lines and drew the maps, we ended up with 10. So it gives you a better sense of the kind of representation we're entitled to.
The Constitution requires that districts need to be equal in population and preserve communities of interest, groups that share similar public policy concerns. Mike says the preliminary maps divide communities like Elyria-Swansea and Globeville, for example, where air quality tends to be a common issue.
Latinos are not one community in Colorado. You know, there's different things going on in the mountains, in the ski areas, compared to what's going on in the San Luis Valley, compared to what's going on with gentrification in Denver.
The state's maps are not finalized, but Mike says there are big changes to be made. Victoria De Leon, 9 News.